Yo, what's good? Wait, hold on. I'ma cut this whole shit right now. Wait a second. Yo, Elijah. Yo, Elijah. You know I love you, bro. But like, don't ever disrespect my cup and call it a Stanley. Cause my boy, this is not a Stanley, bro. This is not the hype shit that everybody got. This is called the Brewmate, my boy. Oh, I gotta flip it the other way, bro. This is elite. This is elite water bottle knowledge, bro. This is elite water bottle knowledge. Shout out to my girl. She be finding fire shit like this. This is not a Stanley, my boy. What's good, Elijah? What's good, man? How you doing? Yo, we gotta stay hydrated out here, bro. We gotta start that gotta be the stuff we gotta start pushing. Health. You gotta hydrate. You gotta drink some water. Oh man. Eli, what up, man? I hope everybody's doing great out there. Happy Friday, man. Welcome into another episode of the Jayson Estrera podcast, where we talk about basketball as accurate as possible. Now, we got some stuff to talk about today, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was thinking that also the late night streams has been a fucking vibe. It really has been a vibe. It's been really vibey. I'm fucking with the late night streams. I'm trying to get some lights in the back. I fell asleep before the last live. Woke up confused. No, it's all good. Cause honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'm about to run back all the convos. I think we gotta run back a bunch of these conversations that we had Wednesday, because, you know, I was doing my due diligence and just hearing what other people gotta say about the Chris Paul situation. You know, I've been thinking about the LeBron situation as well too, because I think they're both kind of connected in a way, and I'll tell you guys how in just a second. So we have to go back into these convos, I think, and really flush it out, right? And really flush it out. And so that's probably the best place to start. Excuse me. We're going to start with Chris Paul once more, right? Because he got kicked out, and I know, at least for me, I don't know about you guys, knee-jerk reaction was, this is fucked up. After hearing what former players have had to say, I'm not gonna say I have a totally different opinion, but it does kind of change the way that I look at this just a little bit. And the reason being, we know who and what Chris Paul is as a player, and honestly as a person, right? I don't know why everyone is jumping on Chris Paul's side. None of us know. Yo, I can always count on Elijah. I can always count on one of y'all to be on the other side of everybody else. Y'all, I think there's something about this community that we're building where everyone just wants to go against the world. And I'm here for it because I do the same thing. So let's kind of restart this a little bit, right? So Chris Paul has had a legendary, historic career. One of the places he's really known for is the LA Clippers, right? Lob City with Blake Griffin, Doc Rivers, Jamal Crawford, DeAndre Jordan. Yeah, all of that, right? JJ Redick. All of those things are true. And then Chris Paul has since bounced around, played all 82 games last year with the San Antonio Spurs. And from what I heard, he didn't even want to retire necessarily. Right? He just kind of had an inkling that, you know, maybe a team would cut him or whatnot. And so he wanted to try to get ahead of it. And he ended up on the Clippers, who kind of offered him this last farewell tour, last stop. And it made sense. But there's one reality, right? This is a different team. This organization is different. It's not the same coach. It's not the same people in place when he was there. So that's number one. Number two, we all know Chris Paul to be a feisty player, right? I mean, this is a guy that's punched players in the balls. This is a guy that's had some questionable, dirty plays in his career, right? Facts. And we've heard reports of him pissing people off, players, coaches, whoever. But it hits totally different when you're the guy leading the charge. Right? When the person that's steering the boat is the one ordering everyone around, it hits a little different. When one of the people that's barely made it on the boat, right? Like they didn't even want him on the boat, let alone to steer the boat, is the one telling everyone what to do. And from reports, telling younger players how to do things that are different from what Tyronn Lue is telling these guys to do, and then mistakes happen, well, then shit, there is going to be an issue between your coach and your management. And one thing that someone said that really struck me was, how bad did it have to be to get to this? Right? Because again, if we're to assume that the Clippers knew the player that they were getting, a very vocal leader, they've discussed the role that he was going to have on this team, and then he just starts berating everybody, well then, at what point is too much? So it really starts to feel like maybe they for sure made a mistake, but maybe they, meaning Chris Paul and LeBron James, are playing one season too many, right? I mean, to get let go at 3 a.m., have no reports, you're in bad graces with everyone, and they not trading market rumor, nothing. Plus, they the oldest team with some are more accomplished and shouldn't just be off the chain. OKC, sure. Raptor, yes. And again, it's one thing if you are the star player, right? To have the 15th man on the roster, whether they can play or not, you're the 15th man on the roster, telling management what to do, telling coaches what to do, telling younger players how to play certain things, and then they follow this guy instead of Tyronn Lue. Yet things get a little bit weird, right? Things get a little bit weird. And honestly, some of that description falls in line with who we know Chris Paul to be. And so it's a terrible situation all around. I think this really is a time where, and we've seen players do it, they do it all the time, where they just don't know when to let go. Yeah, I gotta say, they had no reason to do that. What they did, unless they're really tired of that dude, LMO, he must have been yelling at coaches or just unlikable in the locker room. But like, you gotta imagine too, right? It's December 5. We are barely a month and a half, and we're barely we're like a month and some weeks into the NBA season. Typically, players check out like after All-Star break, when you can start telling guys are checked out. The fact that they are checked out from him this early means he's been going at them since the first tip of the season. It means from the beginning he's been going at them. This ain't something that happened the other day. So it's really unfortunate. But again, I think some of that really does fall on Chris Paul as someone that just never learned how to be a vet. Right? This is a starter, a legend in the league, one of the greatest players we've seen, one of the greatest point guards we've ever seen. Sometimes it's hard to just be one of the guys and be a vet and be a Udonis Haslem. Right? This is why you got to give a lot of respect to Udonis Haslem, what DeAndre Jordan is doing for the Pelicans. Like, all of these players that at one point in time played big roles to be able to step back, and now you're just there to, hey man, chill. Like, there wasn't a vet that told Chris, like, yo, hey, listen, like, we already losing, bro. Like, all that yelling you're doing ain't about to do nothing. It's not going to get you on the floor. It's not going to get us to play better. Let's just try to ride this out and have, like, a peaceful situation over the season. And that's just something he wasn't having. And so we have the situation that we have, but I really do think players just don't know when to let go. Right? I've heard this before. Usually the player's the last one to know that they should retire. Right? And in this scenario, it has nothing to do with ability. It has everything to do with how he's able to fit into a team when he is not the first, second, or third option. And the answer is Chris Paul can't. He's a control freak. I mean, you can tell by the way that he plays the game that everything needs to be in his control. And in this situation, it's not. So, yeah, that's just the real unfortunate part. Now, to go from one player, right, that might be playing or might have tried to play one season too many, we're going to talk about LeBron James. And a lot of people, and I think this is kind of funny, but a lot of people, and it's funny how much 24 hours could do, right? Because he went from stat padding to get 10 points to keep his 10-point streak alive, which if I'm being honest, I'm not totally mad at. Like, I'm not really mad at that. To ending that streak with a game-winning assist to Rui, who hits the game-winning 3, and LeBron is stuck at 8 points, right? So let's take a look at this right here. And by the way, I'm going to let this play out in just 1 second. To the people that said he gave up the 2 points, you must just not know basketball, because he was not getting a shot up in this situation. You want him to shoot a pull-up right here? He is looking for the pass already.
James in the corner for the win.
And it's great. It's fantastic. He made the right basketball play. The pass was on the money. It was a great pass. Great pass. But I think LeBron James is suffering from someone who is playing one season too many. Because since the start of the year, everything has been under a microscope, even more so than it's been in any other time in his career, I think, right? Everything that he's doing is being nitpicked. And now when his play isn't to the status of what we're used to, it validates some of those things that the haters say, right? Getting 8 points. He has to stat pad to get to 10 and so on and so forth. The year started with the Hennessy, with the Hennessy ad, right? The Hennessy campaign. Everyone hated it, right? He was toying with everybody's emotions. Is he going to retire? The decision, yada, yada, yada. And everyone hated it. The sciatica injury, right? The worst thing that could have happened is for the Lakers to be this good. Or I guess I should say for Luka and Austin Reaves to be this good. Right? To make it seem like they don't need him. Now he's getting accused of stat padding. Now he's, what's the point of having a record that, extending a record that you already have by a landslide? Now, all of those comments come flooding in when he could have just retired last season. As an All-NBA player, he might not even make the All-NBA team this year. Right? I think he can, if he doesn't play, I think they said he's questionable Monday. If he don't play Monday, he can only miss one more year. I mean, not one more year. Sorry. He can only miss one more game before he's ineligible for any of those major awards. And so this domino effect of everything that he wanted, he's just not going to get. He got everything. 42,000. He did everything already. And it really is starting to feel like both LeBron and Chris Paul were just forcing it this year. It was one season too many. Jay, what's good? What's good, JR? Sciatic. I think he got more year in him, LeBron. What you think? See, again, I don't think this is a scenario where it's about whether or not he could play. I think he can play and be a serviceable player. Just call it what it is. People are tired of having LeBron there. Like that, just people are tired of seeing LeBron. People are tired, like they're just tired of it. The more it goes on, the more chinks in the armor people are gonna look for. Right? Like it already started with Pablo Torre last year. Oh, he didn't go to he didn't show up to Kobe's funeral. Like all of these little things are because he's still in the spotlight in front of us. Maybe he don't care, right? Maybe he's like, fuck it. Maybe he don't care. But I really do think even Michael Jordan, for example, if he didn't go to the Wizards, his career probably looks even more legendary than it already does. You thought I had on a Utah Jazz hat? I do like other teams, but Jazz is not. Jazz, their 90s jerseys was tough, though. I can't lie. Their 90s jerseys was tough. But yeah, I think that they're playing 1 year too many. And again, it has nothing to do with their ability, what they're capable of, how good they are. I think it's just ran its course. Right? It's just ran its course. The more he's playing now, the more opportunities he's giving these younger guys to go at him. I'm seeing people go at LeBron in ways I have never seen in his career. People picking on him. Like, it looks nuts. It looks nuts. And so he's obviously going to play the year out. He's not going to be able to get that award. But we'll see what happens moving forward, man, because obviously it's his decision. But I would have been real curious to see if he did retire. Excuse me. What type of move the Lakers could have made, right? Who could they have added in other than, you know, if Bron wasn't there? Are you of the mindset the team is greater without him? It's old. Yeah, people be acting like Bron sweet. They be jumping from the free throw trying to put him in the rim. No, for real, for real. What's good, Bruce? What's good, Brucey? Yeah, nah, people are going at him, and I know for like LeBron fans, like, you don't want to see though, like, you don't want to see your favorite player get, you know, getting put in a blender by a bench guy, by the 10th man in the the team. Like, that's not how you want to see your player go out. Nobody want to see their player go out like that. But that's what's happening. Am I of the mindset that the team is greater without him? Like I said, I think LeBron is still a serviceable player. Is he serviceable to what money he's getting? Probably not at this point. And I think, you know, LeBron is a high IQ player that makes good basketball plays constantly. So greater without him, I don't think so. Now, if you were to say he retired in, you know, at the end of last season, and now they have this money that opened up in their cap, so they could have gotten another max player, well then, whoa, now shit gets a little different, right? But to just take him off and you're not adding anyone, I don't think I don't think they're a better team necessarily, because clearly Luka and Austin Reaves are doing what they're doing, whether he's on the floor or not. It don't matter. So, you know, I gotta tip my hat off to those guys. Hello, my Jayson Estrera. I mean, you could leave it at my. Lil trying to squeeze as much money as he can so he could buy a team. I mean, shit, he could have retired and they still could have paid him, but, you know, it's up to him. Let's say LeBron retires this season. Who should they fill his money with? It have to be somebody really young. The fourth option is crazy. The fourth option is crazy. When the white guy's on the team better than you, it's time. Usually I agree with you, but them white boys is cold, bro. Them white boys is they be eating different chicken. Yeah, Luka, AR, 3 Rui or DeAndre. I mean, it's also Bron is also barely played. He also has a something with his toe or something like that, right? Listen, man, it's time to hang it up, bro. It's time. It's time. This year, him playing this season wasn't going to change the GOAT debate. It wasn't going to change where he ranked all time. Like, it's just keep it a buck, right? Even if they were to win a championship, it would be off the back of Luka Doncic and AR-15. That's just the reality of the situation. So this wasn't going to change anything for him. If they win, this is a notch in Luka's career, right? This adds a lot of value. There's the weight gets added to Luka's career, not to LeBron's. So this year wasn't gonna do anything for him at the end of the day. But if I were to add somebody, probably Giannis. I know it's a trade situation right now, but probably Giannis would probably be the most ideal, in my opinion, player to put with the Luka Doncic. You get defense, you get size, athleticism, passing, you get everything. You get everything, right? You get everything. And then you have AR-15 in there, get a couple more shooters and a big. It'd probably be Giannis for me. But I don't know who else you'd put in that situation. Kobe said he knew one of the ways he knew it was time to retire was when all the young guys started blowing by him on the court. It be like that. it really be like that for real. It's a crazy sight to see, and you sitting there like, I'm way better than these guys, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it, right? That's just reality. Father Time undefeated. I was saying last year he was looking old, even though they were going, oh my God, for 40 he looked this, for 40 he looked that, but like he was looking old. Jay ain't trying to hear that Giannis is hurt. I seen the video. He sat down on his own merit. Oh my God, I got some shit to say about that. I'm just assuming everyone is healthy. And in terms of the players that would be available, that would probably be the player that I would pick. Because I can't really think of a big that I would pair with them other than Giannis, right? I don't know. I can't think of another big that's available. You can't add another guard because you already have two guards. Yes, I really don't know. I feel like a healthy Giannis would be the perfect fit with like a Luka, but other than that, I don't really know. Let's get into this right here. Because where is this shit? Where is this, bro? Because it is unbelievable to me, like genuinely unbelievable to me, that it feels like anytime Luka steps out, or when LeBron was stepping out last year, it feels like Austin gets 30 to 40. And you know, we were talking about bags yesterday, right? We were talking about bags. And to me, a bag is when you're scoring in different ways constantly, right? Or you're using different moves. If you keep using the same moves, I guess you have a bag, obviously, but like you're getting to the same spots and doing the same moves, and that's how Shea gets his 30 plus every night, right? He's mastered those spots. He's mastered what moves and to make. If someone overcommits to his left hand, he knows how to bump or to spin off of it, right? And so I'm watching Austin Reaves, and the way this guy is scoring is unbelievable. If San Antonio trades some of their promising young guys and picks for Giannis, they would be crazy. Plus, the Wemby-Giannis combination only works if they could stay 90% healthy. Yeah, health would be a big issue on that team for sure. Let's take a look at Austin Reaves, man. Let's give this dude some love.
Open up with possession of the basketball. Vincent gets it to LeBron James, his 6th game back. And Reaves with the look, and he knocks it down.
Giannis and Wemby makes no sense like Dame and Giannis. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I don't know if that's necessarily true, Elijah, because I'm picturing it in the sense of like Wemby likes to be around the perimeter, so he's not going to bring the other big into the paint when Giannis is trying to drive. Imagine an inverted pick, not even an inverted, just a pick and roll between both of those players. That would go fucking crazy. Because you're bringing two bigs up and you have a Wemby that can handle the ball on the perimeter also. Yeah, I don't know if that would necessarily... I don't know if it's necessarily like Dame and Giannis. I'm being honest with you. But let's take a look at this.
We've known the Raptors to be a fast break team, transition team. They're really going to have to be deliberate and push the ball.
Reaves, another
Bro, this guy is nice.
It's one of those games where
like,
early on you got to stay with it and do not let that affect your defensive output.
Bro, this guy is nice,
You mentioned
man.
it earlier.
This guy is
You know what you're going to get
nice
from him, and he's going to continue to get better. Shot's going to be more consistent.
I mean, he keeps scoring in different ways. Different ways, every bucket he gonna give it to
He's
you.
Able to continue to play
Give
at
me
that
that
elite level.
Give me that.
Do what he does.
Oh,
Here's Reaves.
Float.
And
nah,
Reaves.
this guy is unreal, bro. Absolutely unreal. I could have never known Austin Reaves would ever be this great. Reaves cooking like he's Steve Nash meets Prime Hearted. No, for real, he's insane. There's no reason to put Wemby on the perimeter more than I agree. I agree with that actually for sure. Yeah, part of Wemby's development, like Jason Tatum, should be to get to the paint. Giannis isn't gonna promote that. Well, you guys don't like the Wemby combo. The fact that he was undrafted is completely fucking bonkers. I agree, bro. And I said the same don't work because you had him in Portland, shorting during anything you want, then put them with a ball dominant guy like Giannis. I can see where you guys are saying. I can see what you guys are saying. I could for sure see where you guys are saying. I don't know if I totally agree because Giannis is not the same as Damian Lillard, but I do agree that you would want Wemby to, as his career progresses, to be more in the paint. But ultimately, the worst thing but with that combo is health. It really is health. So Austin Reaves with, I want to get this right. 44, 10 assists to go with 5 rebounds. Shot 13 of 21 from the field, good for 61.9%. 5 of 11 from 3, 45.5%. 13 of 15 from the free throw line, 86.7%, which, by the way, when players like Austin Reaves get to the free throw line 15 times, no one bats an eye. If Brunson or Shea or some of these other guys get to the free throw line 15 times, everyone has a fucking uproar. Everyone has a heart attack, right? Jay, bro, would you trade Reaves for a perfectly healthy LaMelo Ball? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Austin Reaves plays a better brand of basketball, right? I think Austin Reaves has shown he's shown that he can be a number one option, but also play next to a number one option and be very productive. He's much more efficient. Austin Reaves for sure. Wait, what's the what's the Westbrook news? Is it the scoring list? Um, 17th all time on the scoring list. That's insane. 17th all time. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that in just a little bit, but I wanted to flesh out this Austin Reaves conversation because the LA Lakers are currently second in the Western Conference. Second. And I'll be honest, I still don't think this is a very good basketball team. Which leads to the second part of this. Do you guys think Austin Reaves should be in the MVP conversation? I'm not saying top 4. I'm not even saying top 5. But should Austin Reaves at least be in the top 10 MVP list? Because Luka has missed a couple games here and there. LeBron obviously missed some games. This team is not very good. And we're going to talk about Jokic for a second. Jay, looks like OKC's going 80-2. I got $5 on it. I think you're not lying. Elijah, I'd probably trade LaMelo Ball for De'Aaron Fox or Zach LaVine. I don't know, really off top. People need to be rewarded for production, and right now he's very valuable. I can't think of a better 2-guard in the league than Austin Reaves. Like point blank period. Every other guard that's unbelievable is considered a point guard. If you're looking at Luka or Shea or Maxey, like all of these guys are point guards. When it comes to the 2-guard position, I do not see a single player that is better than Austin Reaves in the league right now. Maybe Jaylen Brown, maybe Donovan Mitchell, but you know, the Boston Celtics are sitting at 5th at 13-9, and Jaylen Brown needs a lot of credit for that. And the Cleveland Cavaliers are 8th at 13-10 compared to the Lakers, who in the Western Conference are 2nd at 16-5. Right? Impacting winning in a positive way. At Cool Water, Bron Rosario, you can just sign those guys too. I'm weak. And so we got to look at this MVP, the Kia MVP ladder right now, because when I saw this morning, I'll be honest with you guys, I could not believe it. Jokic, according to these guys, is sitting at the very top of this MVP ladder. And Jokic is averaging 28.7 points per game, 12.6 rebounds, 11.1 assists. This is 25-26, right? And I just want to get this accurately for him. And he's also shooting 61.6 from the field, 43% from 3. He's having yet another great season. Shea is 2nd, averaging 32.8, 4.7 rebounds, 6.5 assists. He has 94, 95 consecutive 20-plus point games, only 2nd to Wilt Chamberlain. And then Luka Doncic, who's 2nd in the Western Conference, averaging 35.3, 8.9 rebounds, 8.9 assists, is 3rd. Cade Cunningham, right? Cade Cunningham, who's leading the number 1 Detroit Pistons in the Eastern Conference, is 4th, averaging 27.6, 6.5, and 9.2 rebounds, followed by Giannis. And then just to round the list out, Maxey, Mitchell, Wemby, Sengun, and Jaylen Brown. Again, I believe Austin Reaves should be in the top 10. So, Nikola Jokic is top of the MVP ladder once again. Jamal Murray just had 52 the other night. Wednesday night, actually, as we were live. I'm not gonna lie, Shai's really great. Shai's really great. He just plays so lame, and we have seen that even without Shai, the Thunder are the best team in the league. So I don't see him as the most valuable either. What do you mean without Shai? When have we seen them without Shai? I'm confused by that. This guy barely misses games. I don't know when they've been without Shai. So, here's the reality. Right? When it comes to Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets, he's averaging 1 less point than he did last season, but 1 more assist. They're 5th in the Western Conference right now. On his team, you have 2 players that have upped their production. When you look at Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray. Not only that, but you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 players, including Jokic, shooting over 40% from the three-point line on the Denver Nuggets. How are they not in the top 3 in the Western Conference? All of the triple doubles by Jokic are phenomenal. They are 6-4 at home. I'm sorry, but part of this MVP voting list, in my opinion, has to account for winning at some point. Outside of a player like a Tyrese Maxey, because we were expecting them to be 14th. So when you look at a Tyrese Maxey, just for an example, and they're 7th at 12-9, that's impressive considering we thought they were going to be 14th, 15th in the East. Everyone is out and hurt. He has a rookie right beside him, averaging 30-something for the first time in his career. All of those things puts him in the MVP list. Now, he's not going to win it, but it puts him in that conversation. Jokic, on the other hand, all of those triple doubles, all of the dominance, even with your teammate in Jamal Murray, who's averaging 3 points more a game than he did last season. I believe, let me see. He's at 18.8 right now. Jamal Murray's at 24.7. Last season, Aaron Gordon was at 14.7 and Jamal Murray was at 21.4. You're getting more out of the guys next to you. Your numbers are about the same and you're 5th. You're not number 1 on my MVP list. You're just not number 1 on my MVP list. The guy who has a 94 20-point game streak on the best team in the NBA with his duo out, that's my number 1 on the MVP. Currently. That's just how it breaks down for me. Wemby me right is crazy, except that's fair. Jay, oh, did you see that meme? It has SGA face and it said it would be sitting out the next 15 games to give teams a better chance of beating the OKC Thunder. No, I did not see that meme, but that's funny. So my list actually looks totally different. Shea would be number 1. Luka would be number 2. 2nd in the Western Conference, averaging 35. And then there's a conversation between Nikola Jokic and Cade Cunningham at the 3 and 4. I think that is where he would need to be. I would follow that with a Tyrese Maxey and then a Giannis and then Austin Reaves, then Sengun, then Jaylen Brown. That would be my MVP list as of today. There is no way in hell I would have Jokic at number 1 on the MVP list right now. 6 guys on his team are shooting over 40% from 3. 2 of his running mates are averaging 3 points per game more than they were last season. And I'm just going to call it what it is. Unfortunately for Jokic, his numbers have been so crazy that it's not more than what he was doing last season. And they are 5th in the West. So in my opinion, no, Jokic is not number 1 on the MVP ranking. Imagine if Marc Gasol and Jokic played together. What do you think that would look like? It's a 3 player MVP race between SJ, Luka, and Cade. A long shot is Jokic or AR. Yeah, I think you have AR like right outside of the top 5. Anywhere from 6 to 10, I think you could put AR for the job that he has done for this team. I gotta ask you, who you think is the best player on the Toronto Raptors? Scotty Barnes. He's just their most complete player. BI is their best scorer, but I think Scotty Barnes is their most complete player. And then, you know, BI being such a good isolation scorer, he's done such a great job of picking his spots. They're moving the ball. They look great, man. I love the brand of basketball that those guys are playing. I absolutely love the brand of basketball that those guys are playing. But what do you guys think, man? I don't have Jokic number 1. I know some people might think that that's absurd, but I really do not believe that he should be number 1 on the MVP list. Now, speaking of another MVP candidate, let's go take a look at that ending in Philly, because this was bananas.
So can the Sixers get another steal here, like they did on that last play? What an end to this one here in South Philly. Spencer again to inbound. Warriors don't have a timeout. In it comes, loose ball picked up by Edgecombe.
The steal is crazy, first of all.
That time, the steal counts. And the Sixers are going to have a chance to win this one with 8.2 to play.
More look. Tries to get it in. DJ there first.
DJ is just all over the floor, man.
Like
you gotta love this guy.
Melton. And DJ coming in, anticipating and getting that first.
Sixers down 1. Edgecombe to inbound. In it comes to Tyrese Maxey. Guarded by his former teammates. Tyrese Maxey to win the game.
Oh my God, DJ. And then look at them running his ass down.
And the Sixers win
Yeah, that kid's reaction is priceless. He's like, what just happened? Oh my God, you gotta love that. You gotta love that. You gotta love that. I think Gasol and Jokic will be crazy, just overwhelming globetrotter type of play. The young Sixers really seem like they could be a new era and new culture for Philly. I agree. They really do look and feel that way. It really comes down to how they're going to manage this team. But this guy, Tyrese Maxey, is different, man. To have the balls to take that shot, and he's been taking big shots like that. I saw it since last season and the season before that. He shot from damn near half court against the Knicks in the playoffs. Like, this guy really got cojones when it comes to these big moments. And he's got a guy now that's right beside him who's also down for the shits in VJ Edgecombe. So they have this tandem that's just fearless. Guys don't know any better. Like, they don't even know that they shouldn't be winning some of these games. They don't know no better. And just to see the development of Maxey, again, we keep talking about bags. I feel like the simpler these guys make their games, the more efficient and the more that they score. And, you know, someone like Maxey who's so quick, he don't need to be dribbling all over the place. If he get by you with a step, it's a floater, it's a layup, it's a dunk. And if you cut him off, he can snatch back, step back. Like, he could do all of those things if you cut him off. But if not, he's just getting to his spot and putting up a shot. And so he was one of the guys I thought should have been on USA. Yeah. I look, I'll put it this way. The world not gonna know what to do with him. hey, when it comes to one of these guys from Spain that gotta guard him and they 34. Hey man, they in for a treat when Tyrese Maxey pull up. I don't know what more he has to do to get in top convos. Whoa, hold on. That sounds like a pause, but we gonna leave that one alone. If I'm Brandon Ingram, I don't want to be in New Orleans no more either. His bag is massively simple. Get your shot right and attack closeouts, advantages. Yeah, and he's so quick. He's so quick with a great jumper. It's a deadly combination. Miami playing decent in the Lac and East. I mean, their problem last year was really just Jimmy Butler. And it was just an awkward situation that they were in. When you have a player in Tyler Hero that's ready to be that number one option type of guy, unfortunately, I don't think Bam wants to be that player. Even though he's good enough to be that player. But they have a guy that, you know, that Tyler Hero, he ready for it, man. He don't give a fuck. He is ready for that. He want that. So yes, and that too, Norman Powell is doing his thing. That is for sure. That's big facts. That's big facts. What do I have here? What? He had like another 36, I think, right, Max? He did. Let's just give this guy some love, man. This guy Tyrese Maxey has been unreal. Just live updating that the Hornets are whooping that sorry Raptor team. We're gonna talk about them guys in just a second too. Just
Good job of coming in to help out on those boards. Always better when the guards help out.
Fading away on the baseline.
it's just this guy is so good, man.
Coast.
1 for 10 are the Warriors from outside.
Oh, can I have this dance with you, Mr. Buddy Hield? Bop bop.
It's amazing how your shooting struggles when Steph Curry is
Jesus. Like, what you even do with that, bro? Like, what do you even do with that, bro?
Your shooting struggles when Steph Curry isn't out there.
Maxey.
Ain't shit you could do. There's not a
Building
damn
this
thing
team
you could do.
this summer. They've done a heck of a job putting
Maxey.
pieces together.
Another steal. And the southpaw stuff.
He's getting
Tyrese
fast
Maxey.
breaks, pull-ups. He getting to the
Maxey.
cup.
Tyrese Maxey.
Bro, there is literally nothing you could do about this. Literally nothing.
Yield on Maxey.
Hold on, we gotta do a little breakdown of this. Because Buddy Hield said, I can't give you no space like that no more. Right? He steps all the way up, breaks the hand, right?
Maxey.
Breaks the hand, pull back. See you later, out of there. Look at that step back, bro.
Tyrese Maxey.
Like, what? What? They magically got the same athletic ability. You think Bam could lock Aja, or is she giving him buckets? I'm not even entertaining that, bro. What are you saying? If they got the same athletic ability, she giving Bam buckets for sure. Her footwork crazy. Rank these players in order by performance this season: Austin Reaves, Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brunson, Trae Young. Trae is probably last on that list for me. It's probably in that order that you put it in. I mean, Tyrese Maxey don't really got no help. Yeah, Maxey, Reaves, Brunson, Trae. That's how I shake that up. That's how I'd break that down to. But I'm actually glad you brought up Trae Young. I'm actually super glad. Let me see if I can find this post that I saw yesterday. Because, and I love the anonymous stuff, right? Don't you love when they have like the anonymous? This was on ESPN, right? Anonymous Eastern Conference executive said Ja is a pain in the ass, injury prone, not that good anymore. Someone said either to Ja Morant, either you're declining at a rapidly fast rate or you've quit on this coach. Has Ja already lost his pop? When is the last time he put his chin above the rim? Ja has been going down, down, down. I don't know how much of that is due to motivation. You've got to be able to look under the hood. I'm just not sure about his health. I think Ja is the one who can maybe be saved. If he's got to prove he can play to get paid again, you can get him. It's a gamble, but I truly believe that Ja will be fine at his next stop. The Grizzlies are going to have to move Ja. They don't have a choice. Now on to LaMelo Ball. He's definitely one of the top 3 most talented guards in the league, but every scouting report I write on him has the word Globetrotter on it. Nobody has ever questioned the talent, but he's just so unserious. Can I trust LaMelo in the playoffs and games that matter late in the season? We just don't know. He takes the same shots now that he took in high school. Nothing has changed. I actually thought early in the year he was giving more of an honest effort defensively, but the offensive side looks like nothing has changed. They all have their warts, but I don't think you can win anything with LaMelo. Trae Young, he's just small and doesn't play any defense. He might just be the ultimate floor raiser, which has its value, but he's definitely imperfect. His offensive impact is so great. Someone said I wouldn't want any of them. They all might have negative value. Them anonymous execs strike again. They plotted on Raps for years. But I have a question. Are they wrong? Are they wrong? Because, well, first and foremost, I don't think you should be able to lump Trae Young up with those 2 players. I think Trae Young has shown a run in the playoffs. He's shown having success in different iterations of this basketball team. His game has changed offensively to be more of a floor general as the years have gone on. So I don't think you could lump him up with Ja Morant and LaMelo Ball. Ja. Unfortunately for Ja Morant, the gun situation will always follow him. We talked about this, right? Whether you like it or not, it's going to follow him, right? It's just how it works. To now also have the stigma of not liking your coach because you're not trying to change the way that you play, you're not trying to buy into the system. I think that matters. I think that matters to the people that want to pretend like there are no politics involved, like you don't have to try to get along with your coworkers. It's delusional. It's delusional. You're looking through rose gold tinted lenses if you genuinely believe that these people could just go out there and play and not give a fuck and not try to build relationships with the people that they see every day. I know some people want to believe that these guys just go in there and play basketball and go home. But as the star player, as the face of your franchise, you have more responsibilities than the other 14 guys on that team. That's facts. If you don't want that, then you're not going to be that. It's that simple. And the fact that You have all of this going on, and his production is going down, and it looks like he doesn't care. How do you think that's going to transfer over? Again, I think Jimmy Butler is a very unique situation where he's able to have that meltdown, and then he goes into his next situation and plays really fucking hard, and he's making sure it's obvious that he's trying to fit in. I don't think most people are like that. It's narratives. People bash Ja, praise Chris, and we don't know either situation. Elijah, but the reality of the situation is you have to try to make something work. And I feel like at every turn, Ja says, I'm going to be Ja, fuck y'all. That comes with consequences. It comes with consequences. Like, that's just like, there's no other way. Like you gotta build relationships with people. If you don't like the offense, if you don't like what's going on, you gotta build a relationship with that person so you can try to work it out. You can't just tell them to go fuck themselves and think that that's gonna go over very well. Is the coach being soft? Yeah, I do think that too. And you know, I like fuck, what's his name? Hey, you love this name. Hey, Elijah, you know I fuck with Tuomas Lisalo. But I think he was being soft in suspending Ja for that one game. I think he's also, he could also be doing a better job of trying to make this relationship work. But I'm going to call it what it is. We've seen how Ja speaks to reporters. We've seen how Ja speaks to people around him, how he talks shit. We saw that Klay Thompson situation just recently. If he don't like the offense, what do you imagine is happening in that gym? Man, fuck out of here. I'm not doing this bullshit. Like, that's what I imagine is going on. And at some point, as a human being, there's only so much of that you could take. And it feels like, yes, you have to be yourself. Yes, you have to stand your ground. Yes, all of those things are true. But there's other humans around you that you got to try to relate to in some way, shape, or form, even if y'all don't come from the same place, even if the skin on you is not the same color. That's a part of the human experience, is to try to relate to people. If you just telling everybody to go fuck themselves, well, guess what's going to happen? They're going to tell you fuck you too. And at the end of the day, that person is controlling your playing time. The people, his bosses, are controlling the money that you make, the contracts, and all of these stories get circulated around the league. And yes, Ja's been a great player, but these things follow you. These things follow you. And people look at you differently because of it. So it's not just about being this cordial person in front of cameras or in front of people. You got to do it behind closed doors. And if you're not doing that, them stories are going to get out. Ja not handling it the best, but the org isn't handling it the best either. No, for sure. Ultimately, they don't want, nor can they handle him. Trade Ja to Toronto. Oh my God, y'all want everybody. This LaMelo Ball situation. Unfortunately, everything they said was also facts. Like, I'm sitting here trying to be like, yo, like, real shit though. Like, they don't really got a point. But he takes the same shots he's been taking since high school. His game hasn't grown significantly. He's added more cool moves here and there, one-legged shots and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, his game hasn't grown. This team hasn't gotten better. And so what do you do with that? I think you guys are right. They both need a change of scenery. But if you change the scenery and the person is exactly the same, I wonder if they could end up replicating this situation in another team. But, you know, that's just give me the league. I know that's how you feel, bro. I know that's how you feel, genuinely. I know that's how you feel. But again, I don't think Trae Young should be lumped into that little trio that they decided to make, like as if like he's somehow part of that situation. Jay, just seems like Ja playing half-hearted. The fire is lacking, bro. Like, honestly, like be honest. Like, if you were his teammate, regardless of his situation with that coach or whatever, and he's just not playing hard, like, you gonna feel away. Like, yeah, this motherfucker not getting back on defense. Now, I look like an asshole because he letting his man go. I'm getting dunked on. Motherfucker I got an armpit in my face because this motherfucker just don't give a fuck. Like it impacts everybody. As you know, like, you ever been around family? You have been around family or friends, and there's like the couple, right? And there's the couple. There are some couples that do a phenomenal job of hiding the fact that they're fighting. Right? They could be around everyone. They could be in a full-fledged fight. They could be around family. They could be around friends, and no one knows. And then you have those other couples that when they're fighting, everyone knows. Let me tell you something. It's unbearable to be around that couple where you see them, they not talking to each other, they making snarky comments, they doing weird. It's unbearable to be around someone like that. That just can't, in this basketball sense, be professional. And I think that's a part of what's going on over there. Ja Morant been replaced by a duplicate of CJ Watson. I'm fucking dead, bro. I'm fucking dead. I'm fucking dead, man. Let's see what we got. Is there any other let me pull up the X account. Yeah, you have to wrap the night up type couple. Yeah, like that's what I imagine is going on. That's what I imagine is going on over there. Like he mad at the coach and the organization, and now the players are the ones suffering. Cause you're just not trying over here. Excuse me. We'll talk about this, and then I'm gonna get up out of here for the night. But the Milwaukee Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo is expected to be sidelined for approximately 2 to 4 weeks with a right calf strain, sources tell ESPN. Hey, I think we just gonna head home only to debrief them in Taco Bell drive-through type of couple. Like, there's some people that's like that, bro. Everybody gotta know that they mad. Like, we don't want to be around you, bro. I promise you, we don't want to be around y'all. So Giannis is out for 2 to 4 weeks with a right calf strain. And I gotta admit, the way the injury happened looks eerily similar to Kevin Durant in 2019. We hold the whole burp. I'm fucking weak. But it looks really similar to the Kevin Durant injury in 2019. So let's take a look at the Giannis one again. Make this a future live stream topic. How would you begin the process of trying to rescue the Clippers? Well, I mean, we'll talk about this more and more, but it's gonna start with the investigation and what happens with that. So whatever happens in that with the investigation, what's gonna get taken away, so on and so forth, that will tell you how to start rescuing this team. I think until that is completely over, it's gonna be hard to call. So let's take a look at this Giannis injury one more time.
Giannis, no field goals yet. Giannis dancing in the mid-range, finding a cutting AJ Green.
And that's the key. Giannis, Giannis is down, Lisa. Doesn't look good. Does not look good.
And we'll take a look at this.
And the Warriors led by 20 earlier on. A nervous crowd to their feet. And Curry against Tucker on top.
Back to the isolation one-on-one ball.
It's Durant with Shumpert defending, and Kevin Durant laces one through.
And he's hurt.
He is holding on to his...
And it was the same scenario. He's out 2 to 4 weeks. Came back. Giannis sees all the losing and bro, he's just tired of this. And honestly, yeah, I think Giannis is just really ready to go. Everyone I know say he faked it. Listen, I totally hope he's okay. I genuinely hope he's okay. This is not so he could go to the Knicks or anything. I just hate seeing players hurt. If this is the calf injury, the way he looked back at his, if this is the same thing, at most, he might have a cramp. I'm a fool. You are a fool. Because KD came back in 2 to 4 weeks and tore his shit. So I guess what I'm trying to say right now is please sit the fuck down and don't play. Like, truthfully, please sit down. Don't play. Get healthy. Get right. We don't need another player on that torn Achilles list because that list keeps on growing. And it is a really sad list to see, especially with all the great players on it. I mean, even not players that aren't top players. Like, you just hate to see players get hurt like that. So it just brought me back to the KD injury. It looks very similar. Timetables are the same. And knowing Giannis, he's going to rehab. He's going to train to get back. He's going to try to get back as soon as possible in that 2 to 4 week span. And as we've seen, every time players get back early, Dame did it, Halliburton did it, KD did it, all torn Achilles. So I truly hope that that's not the case because you just hate to see another great player go down. But that is going to do it for me for now. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me again. I'm really liking these late night vibes, man. I'm really liking these late night vibes. My Tatum, I'm weak. Yeah, Jason Tatum. And mind you, they were talking about him having an ankle injury for like 2 months. Right? He had an ankle injury that was ongoing for like a month or two, it feels like. And then that happened. So I hope everybody's all right. I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all weekend, man. Enjoy it. Have a blast. Do what y'all got to do. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. As always, I appreciate it. Y'all could have been anywhere on the internet, but y'all were here with me, and I appreciate you for that. So thank you so much. I will see y'all back here on Monday. You have a great rest of y'all weekend, man. Thank you, Elijah. Thank you, JR. Thank you, Eli. Thank you, Brucey. Everybody that pulled up, man. I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a great day, man. Peace.